So let's begin. I'll call this special meeting of the Brattleboro Select Board to order for October 12th, 2021. The purpose of this meeting is to discuss the possibility of a new town manager designate. So first, let me ask Mr. Elwell if this meeting has been properly warned.
Yes, it has.
Great. So our first order of business is to discuss the approval of an employment agreement with a new town manager. Now, of course, the select board knows, but the public should be informed that we have really spent a great deal of work working with Alice Hankins, our consultant, regarding, interviewing. Well, first of all, we received 94 applications and we reviewed them and considered many applicants from a nationwide search and found that we should conduct interviews of 11 semifinalists. And we did that. And we narrowed it down to 2 who came to Brattleboro to visit and were interviewed, not only by the select board, but also met with a community review panel and department heads. And we used carefully developed criteria and so forth. So we have now selected a designate and we have a contract prepared. And so now I'm asking the select board members if they wish to discuss that before we take a vote. So would we like to discuss that?
No, I don't have anything to say before we take a vote.
Yeah,
All right.
maybe afterward.
Maybe afterward? Very
Yes.
good. All right. So what we have is a contract for between the town of Brattleboro and Octavian Yoshi Manale. And his duties and responsibilities are spelled out in this contract, along with his compensation. And ultimately, this contract, should we execute it, be a matter of public record. So let me ask the select board, all in favor of accepting this contract and acting upon it, please raise your hands and say aye.
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 There we are. A happy unanimous select board. Wonderful. So now, anyone else want to comment on the process? And then we'll have another discussion about Yoshi himself. So anyone would like to discuss further the selection process? Daniel.
I just wanted to add thanks to Sally Nix, the town's HR director. Sally and Alice Hankins worked hand in hand throughout the whole process, and she was an invaluable source of support and professionalism and insight, and really helped. I mean, I can only speak for myself, but I feel like she was very helpful to the board in general in moving us through this process, and I'm really glad where we ended up. So thank you to Sally.
I'd have to agree. Tim?
Yeah, I was going to pipe up and say the exact same thing. So thank you, Daniel. And I will also add, because earlier you described having over 90 applicants, I want to make it clear to everybody that we had, in my estimation, 20 highly qualified applicants, and we whittled it down to 11 to meet on Zoom, and then 2 in person. It was quite a process. Very rewarding. I think we all learned a lot about each other, as well as about all of the qualified applicants we talked to. So just wanted to throw that in there. We had a lot of good enthusiasm for becoming Brattleboro's next town manager.
Ian?
Yeah, I echo everything the board has said. I wanted just to list off some thanks for a couple of people because, this was a pretty long process. Probably one of the most important things that the select board can do. And we definitely could not have done it without a lot of people's help. So I want to thank Sally Nix, Patrick Moreland, Alice Hankins, all of the department heads and all of town staff who were so welcoming to applicants and really open during this process, because that is so important for this to be successful. To Peter for knowing when to give us some aid when we need it, but to also know when to step back so that this process can move forward and we can have a new leader for the town. And the community members that we tapped to come in and be a part of the process. I specifically want to thank Zoe Cunningham Cook, who I know is on vacation, but she stepped up to the call and gave some of her time to the town, which I'm very grateful for. And finally, and I know we're going to talk a little bit more about it, but I want to just thank Yoshi. I'm so excited to work with him, and I'm so impressed with his skills, his abilities, his experience, and I only feel optimism and excitement for getting to work with him in the future. So, and finally, I want to thank the other board members. Thank you, all four of you, for working together. This is a long process, and I found that you each had grace and humility when it was necessary, and we were able to all land on who I think is the most qualified and best candidate for the town of Brattleboro.
Thank you, Ian. Jessica.
Definitely want to echo all the thanks that have been laid out already, and emphasize, Liz, really grateful to your leadership and the time you put in on this as the chair and the point person on all the conversations with Ellis and facilitating our conversations as well. I really appreciated how you approached that and the leadership that you provided to us. Also, really grateful that we were able to include the community, the greater community, in this process by having that community panel. I think that's really important since we're all elected officials and some of us are only in one-year terms. I really value the input that the community had in helping us make this election. So.
Great. That's all very nice. Another thing that I wanted to mention was that one of the things that we all struggled with, as we really approached this selection process with trepidation because of the existing town manager. What we found when we were trying to list all the qualities that we're looking for in a town manager was that many of us, in truth, were dreading the change. But I think that we found in Yoshi someone that we can all be happy with and comfortable with in making that change. I think that Peter Elwell is leaving us a sound town government, so much so that any candidate would be happy to step into the role. And I know that Peter and Yoshi will have a good transition, and we're all very confident at that as well. But so without any further ado, let's welcome Yoshi Manelli to our meeting. Patrick?
The big reveal.
No?
While he's joining us, I'll just give a little recap of his excellent qualifications. Yoshi has served as deputy mayor and chief of staff for the city of Trenton, New Jersey from 2018 until earlier this year. He previously worked in the mayor's office of contract services in New York City from 2016 to 2018. And 2013 to 2016, he served as Director of Operations and Budget for Keene University in Union, New Jersey. He also served as Township Administrator in Bloomfield Township, New Jersey from 2010 to 2012, and he worked in public policy staff positions with the New Jersey Legislature from 2003 to 2010. Yoshi earned a bachelor's degree from Seton Hall University and a Master of Public Administration from New York University, and he participated as a fellow in the prestigious Bloomberg Harvard City Leadership Initiative in 2019. So, Yoshi, are you there?
Excuse me,
Yes, Peter.
Madam Chair. I don't see Yoshi or Ellis on the list of participants. And I know we were expecting both of them. I wonder if there's been some confusion or some internet.
Let me check my email. I'm not seeing anything. And I just earlier, about a half an hour ago, I sent him Patrick's phone number in case he was having a problem.
Sally has texted me saying they're trying to get in. I'm not sure what's happening there. Patrick says he sees Ellis trying to get in. He's working on bringing Ellis in. So
Thank you, Peter.
Hopefully overcome the technical challenges here in a moment.
All right, great. Well, let's just continue to say nice things about Yoshi and Ellis until they come on.
This is why I resisted the temptation to tease this meeting too much, just in case we didn't make that connection.
Yeah. The good thing about doing this job is he'll sit in that office that Peter's in, so it'll be very easy to find.
Yeah.
That's true. Anyone else want to make any comments about how, I, for one, I'm just very pleased and very confident with our selection. And so I think it's going to be great for the future of Brattleboro with his excellent qualifications. Anyone else want to vamp until ready?
Peter. Oh, sorry. Back to old times.
May I, Liz?
Please.
Yeah, I just want to thank the board. I didn't plan to speak tonight, but since we've got this moment where we're, having what would otherwise be some downtime, I'm going to seize that opportunity to say thank you because I felt so grateful for the appreciation that was embedded in what you described, Liz, about some of your first reactions to my announcement last April. I'm grateful to have been appreciated in the work that I've done and the work that we've done together. But as you well know, and I guess I just want to say now, since there's this moment and I'm speaking without having planned to, I spent some time with each of you and also with all of you in the early executive sessions as we were launching this search, asking you to please not use our appreciation of each other and the success we've had together as the measuring stick, but rather know that there's a lot of different ways to do this work well, and that the likely best outcome for us would be to find somebody who brings strengths to the position that I don't bring. And, maybe we've got some overlap too in that, but, we all have strengths and we all have weaknesses. And I was excited for you as I watched the process unfold and the degree to which you were giving me some feedback that indicated that you were getting excited about people, plural, and then ultimately, particularly about Yoshi, who did indeed present some opportunity that comes from having some change in addition to, continuing things that have gone well. And so my observation from arm's length of this process is that you not only worked really hard, but really well as a team, and that you were well assisted by Sally and by Ellis. and that you've made a great choice. And so I look forward to working with Yoshi during the transition, and then also to observing y'all getting going together in the new year.
From your lounge chair.
If we're still styling, are we still sort of stretching it as we
Yes.
say?
Thank you for those video
And
terms.
theater and
Yeah.
TV, we say, let's stretch it. So remember that I'm the longest serving member currently on this board, and all that I know is the select board's relationship with Peter Elwell as a town manager. So I think when people think about how big that is for this board to step into a new town manager, a new directly responsible employee for this board, it's pretty daunting. And because literally all of us, we just know Peter Elwell's style of town management, and we're going to find out someone else's style, and we're excited about getting started, I think.
Yes, Tim, I felt that one of the greatest strengths that Yoshi had was his enthusiasm for government and for governance and to getting into the nitty-gritty of policy, while at the same time, he really has an affection already for Brattleboro. I mean, he's a frequent visitor to Vermont, but also a student, an enthusiastic and positive student of our town. And I think that's a dynamite combination. How are we doing on the participants?
Yeah.
I haven't had an update from Patrick. Last I knew, he was trying to bring in Ellis. I'm not sure what the problem.
Well, here's.
Are we? Oh, sorry.
Well, I just want to mention that there is a press release that has been prepared, and it will be released at the conclusion of this meeting. And similarly, the contract will be made public once it's signed and official. That will not be tonight, but the press release will be tonight, just in case people would like more information.
Liz, I don't have a substantive update of exactly what's going on, but I have had an update that the effort is continuing to try to solve this technical issue and bring at least Ellis into the meeting. And I'm not certain about the status of Yoshi himself. So I wonder if it would be helpful to just take a short break from the meeting while we get that sorted out, and then can reconvene. I don't know, you might want to give a little space to let this happen, but still have a explicit expectation for the public participants in the meeting. Maybe 15 minutes. It's 6:34 right now. Maybe say, come back together at either 1:15 or 6:50.
That sounds great. 6:50, and I'll try and contact Yoshi as well. See you all at 6:50.
Thank you.
Somewhat.
All right. Please excuse our technical difficulties. And then on behalf of the Brattleboro Select Board, let me introduce Yoshi Manale. And he can say hello, but let me preface those remarks by saying that, Yoshi, I hope you can hear me. And I hope that you will watch this video because everybody said such lovely things about you and how excited we are that you're coming to Brattleboro and has accepted this position. So I can only emphasize that the select board is unanimous in our enthusiasm and confidence in you and really looks forward to working with you, as does Peter Elwell and the rest of the municipal team. So, Yoshi, welcome. And I also want to convey our thanks for you for, it's probably like 1 o'clock in the morning where you are.
Yes,
So,
yes, it is.
Hi, Yoshi.
So
Good
welcome.
to see everyone. I'm glad I finally was able to get on. I was waiting in line for a different meeting, I guess.
Yeah, and you know that was our fault, and it should be no reflection on you. So welcome.
Sure. Thank you.
So Yoshi, let's just begin by let's hearing you say, because we're also worried that you do accept the position.
Yes, I accept the position, and I am very excited to join in December.
Wonderful. And we're excited to have you, and you and Peter will have a good span of time to work things together to get you settled. And so that'll be wonderful too.
I appreciate that.
Tim, you have something on the tip of your tongue there?
Oh, no, I was just going to thank Yoshi for putting up with our dramatic reveal that we attempted to pull off. Didn't quite work out the way we thought. But
I think it was a little overly dramatic. Yeah.
Yes. But there was a lot of people tuning in, just anxious to find out who our next town manager will be, as you can understand, Yoshi. So
absolutely.
Now we've done that. We can,
yes.
Yeah, if everybody's going to say something, I'll say something, but I
go ahead.
I have a feeling everybody will say something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was just going to say that what I didn't say before is that I was super impressed with not only your energy and enthusiasm and experience that you'll bring to this position, in my opinion, but also how your energy in short meetings with many of our staff here in town really rubbed off on them, and it left an impression. So that's why, speaking for myself, I'm excited about having you on board, and congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you.
Daniel, is there something you'd like to add?
Oh yeah, Yoshi, I'm really happy that you accepted the offer and taken the position, and I'm excited to work with you. I think that when the town starts to get to know you, they'll see that you are a person of great vision and leadership and experience. And I think that we are lucky to have you, and you are lucky to have us. So let it be said.
You have to trust us on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Ian, is there anything else you'd like to add?
Yeah, no, Yoshi, congratulations. We got a lot of work, so let's get to it.
Great. I'm excited.
It's interesting for me because you've worked in what I consider, my home area. So I know a lot of your experiences and connections, and it only deepened my enthusiasm for your qualifications, because I think you did a great job in all of those posts, and I can only applaud you and hope. I really believe that Brattleboro is lucky to have you with all that experience, and I'm glad that you want to come and work here and live here and move here. I made the change, and you can too. It'll be great.
Yeah, I've noticed that many of the staff and the people in the city that I met when I was there, the town when I was there, have that same experience. And I feel like this is the right time for me. And I'm very excited about being in Brattleboro.
Great. And what does the native Brattleborian have to say, Jeff?
Well, I'm just really excited. I'm excited that you're coming to Brattleboro, that you want to be here and be in Vermont and join us in making our town amazing and wonderful, and continuing to maintain all the amazing and wonderful stuff that is here. I'm tickled that somebody picked Brattleboro as well as being able to choose you as our new leader.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah. So it's all great. Anything else you'd like to tell us, Yoshi?
Well, I mean, I'll save most of the introductions, and when I'm there in person, I'm much more of an in-person type of person. I like to, and being over a Zoom call from halfway around the world, I feel like it's not ideal to introduce myself to many of the residents and community groups and activists and some of the press that's on. So I think that's where I am right now, and I'm just really, really excited to start in December. I've already started looking at places, and I'll try to make that move after Thanksgiving.
Sounds wonderful.
Right.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Hope to see you guys very soon.
Yeah, I hope so too. Again, congratulations, and congratulations to us, because we're just so happy with our choice. And then once again, let me just say the press release is being released as we speak, and you'll all see what you need to see. And thank you all very much. Now, how about adjourning? Anyone have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Thank you. All select board members in favor of adjournment, raise your hand and say aye.
Aye.
Thank you all, and thank you particularly Yoshi, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you and good night.